Damn it.
Damn it.
Welcome to Nearing Nirvana, where we cuss within the first 7 seconds. And not just joking. But we're bringing you episode 45 of Long Story Short. So thank you everyone for joining us. So we got a lot of people jumping in already. But how's the panel doing? How's it going, Mr. Longshort?
Things are good. Things are good. I've been in a bit of a brawl lately, so I'm taking some shots. I'm giving some jabs back. But Ben Stein, if you're watching, keep him coming.
I didn't send him his weekly invite, per request.
Until this is over, he's not allowed on the show. We got to settle this once and for all. Then he's welcome back. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I keep on reading the comments and seeing people saying like, someone's got to pull out like a major monster ghost book or something. Just I guess someone has to go nuclear, right?
Easing our way into it.
Yeah, silent but deadly.
All right, how's it going, Carter? Nope.
I don't want no parts of that competition.
Those are two gunmen you don't get in front of, bro. You know what I mean? It's a shootout of the old West, bro.
I thought about jumping in to throw my hat in the ring, but then I was like, oh, the ghost book I have in a 9.8, I got it from Stein in a Stein pack. So.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I was like, how's would that count? Like, I was like, does it count towards Stein? Does it count towards me? I don't know,
bro. It doesn't count. Like you would be a disciple, bro. It doesn't count. Like,
oh, it's which following? I'm going for.
I found this. I was going to show you guys. Have you seen this? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Claim.
Show that again.
No, man. I picked it up.
Put it up again real quick. Carter wants to see it.
Yeah.
It's Original Sin, a magic cover.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty.
Oh man. So,
I got it for $2.
Oh, that's sick. I mean, you're striking into my collection of like, starting to collect magic covers, and then you're hitting my
really?
collection.
Need that one? For real?
No, I mean I don't need it.
I'll send it to you. I'm not a tab.
we'll talk after the show. But yeah.
I picked up this one too.
How much did you pay for it?
$2.
Have you seen how much it's still
going what's it going for, bro?
100, dude, it's like pretty easy, right?
Yeah, it's easily going for 100. Like people are paying like crazy money for that.
This is a high grade, dude. Like look at the back. The back is fucking clean.
I want to say like what 9.8s have already sold for like what $400, something like that.
What, bro?
Yeah, I had 2 in my collection, and I sold them for $1.75 each. And I couldn't get them out the door quick enough, like
right? Because it's like one of those books that you think like a lot of people have or whatever, and then I guess there's still a demand for it for.
I don't know. There's like six first appearances in there of spiders that I can't imagine anybody ever giving a shit about. Ever,
right?
But whatever. I mean,
or maybe you just saw a glimpse of them in the Spider-Verse movie, maybe depending on what version you saw. Right.
What's great about it? There's no variant for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there is a second print for it, isn't there?
No,
I don't think so. I think that was it.
All right. Well, we want to take this time real quick before we get started. We want to thank our sponsors. So make sure you're headed over to Cover Price and you're using the code Nirvana14 for the 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. Make sure you're also signed up for the text lines over at Bird City Comics. They are dropping an awesome World Tree book, I believe tomorrow. I saw previews for it earlier today. So if you haven't seen that, I would definitely check it out. It is a homage cover, but it's one I like. So,
Adam, we haven't started any books yet. We're just getting ready, so no books have started. We'll get there in
And
Just a
then,
minute.
yep. And then,
Yeah, man, we BSing around.
This is
And-
the appetizer of the show, man.
right.
This
We're
is
just
this is,
getting warmed up.
this is preamble.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and get our disclaimer going.
Yeah, do not buy these books. We're not specking around here tonight. We're just talking some nonsense. So you know the rules by now, and nobody fucking follows them. So
Even the panel breaks them, so you know.
all right, let's jump right into the show.
Hey, I got that one.
On the list. All right, I didn't think, but all right. Guardians of the Galaxy #7. This is Apollo Rivera 1 in 50 variant. This is an homage to those EC space covers. Apollo did 3. He did issue number 5, 6, and 7 in this style. These are 1 in 50s. 5 is the easiest to get because that was the first appearance of Angela, and there were a gazillion store exclusives for that one. This one I think is the toughest one to get, but sometimes people ask a lot for it. If you're stealthy, you can find it relatively cheaply. A 9.8 criminally sold for $36
Wow.
back in May of 2022. So, I mean, you basically just paying for the slab at that point. 8 on the census, 5 and 9.8. But these, all 3 of these books from Paulo have a really cool vibe to them.
Yeah, I picked that one up last year. I think I showed Yee and a whole bunch of like Star-Lord variants and stuff like that. People were dumping their Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, like all their variants. I picked up almost like all these obscure Rocket Raccoon books, like yeah, so but I never thought of getting this book graded, but now that I look at it and I see the census, like now I have to consider it.
These are all cool. I just got back from Orlando, and I will say this: like, for Disney, it's clear that Guardians is a big IP for them. The amount of money they've invested in it, they have a huge, ridiculous, over-the-top new ride down there that's all Guardians oriented. Like, it is an IP that they're not going to let go. You're going to be see Guardians for a while, and I think, for the longest time, everybody was chasing like what was going to be hot. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? But I think there's going to be a backtracking. People look back and say, what, that Guardians movie, that first one was pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy something that reminds me of that. So some of these books are pretty cool, and you don't see them all that often.
Well, and especially with like how well received the collector was, right? In the Guardians film, like you would think that this book would still, I don't know, be popular to somewhat to an extent. But I guess it's like that situation where it's like, oh, we saw it on the screen. It's out the other year now.
Yeah, I mean, that may be it. But I also think the retro vibe to these,
the style,
does them well. And 1 in 50s. That these were back in like 2013, maybe 14, something like that. But keep your eye open for them. I don't think dealers charge crazy money for these most of the time.
Yeah, this is probably like one of those books that you could just thumb through like Joe, where you just thumb through.
Yeah, I mean, people like get all emotional, and I guess they dump their collections or something, dude. Like,
on to the next books.
Yeah,
yeah. All right, let's see what we have next.
All right, this is the first book I thought we had on the show tonight.
Wow.
I guess so. This is kind of badass.
It is badass.
So this is Captain America: Living Legend #2. It's also an EC homage. This one you never see, and people ask a pretty penny for it. 24 on the census, 17 and 9.8.
Wow.
There was a 9.8 that sold for $700 back in May of 2021. There's Sharon Carter on there. She doesn't have a ton of covers, but this book hits all the right notes, I think, and one I don't have, but I am very interested in getting for the right price.
Man, that's a fucking awesome cover, bro.
You ever have any luck with this one, Carter?
I've been after this book for close to 10 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Bro, this is the first time I've seen this cover. I may have seen without the trade and a picture of it on the internet, but as a full blown cover, I haven't seen it. Yeah,
It has like that Alex Ross kind of vibe to it, like the style of art.
yeah.
But I love the EC throwback trade.
Dan,
I really hate seeing this book up here.
yeah.
Let's move on.
Sick.
All right,
Hey,
it was
my
never
book.
there. It was never there.
You saw nothing.
Yeah.
Or if you do have it, hit up Carter.
Right. I'm
an expert on this book, bro.
All right. So we got Storm number 3 from 2014. So this is the 1 in 25 Stephanie Hans variant. This is a book I came across in that I guess convention hall that I did about a month ago. And this is something that I kind of had been after, but I just kind of it's like one of those books that you never see, but if you do come across it, that's awesome. And it's not even on my want list, but when I saw it, I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. So this is one of those early Storm issues, and okay, so I did the digging on Comic-Con, possibly 700 copies of this floating around, but I doubt it's that many. So
It doesn't feel like it, man. It does not feel like there's 700 of these out there. But
Hey, read that, doggy. I got 4 of them on 9.8.
So he has one of the 5 9/8s.
I have 2 copies of that.
Nice.
But I always say I'm going to send them in, and some other books come up. But man, I got to send a few of these books in, man. Jesus Christ, I'm pressing everybody else's books, and I don't have time to press my own books, dude. I'm serious, man.
Yeah. What's up, Lucy? And then and Tony, I will not put on pants for a podcast ever. So. But I mean, get ready for more books, though, Joe.
I know. No, this one I'm pretty proud of because me and Rob knew there wasn't jack shit on the census, and he challenged me. He goes, "Let's see if you can get a 9.8 hood," and I said, "I'm gonna get you a 9.8." So.
I'll give you some time to catch up. I mean, I don't have a CGC account active anymore right now, so.
Well, I'm gonna activate mine.
Well, then I might have to just submit through you.
What do you think about this book, Ben?
Oh, I love it. Stephanie Hans. Impossible to say no to. I love it. Been on the hunt for it for a while. Never pulled the trigger. I've come across it a couple of times, but just for whatever reason, never pulled the trigger. Too much, maybe. I think it's badass.
I wonder if we see more starting to pop up, like because isn't she getting like her own series coming up soon? Or did that restart?
She already has it. She already has her own series. Okay. I know there are a couple of variants from this new series that are kind of doing something.
Okay.
I mean, the Artgerm did a real badass Storm cover just recently. Like one of his best pieces of work in a while.
Ooh, CGC has a $20 USD. I thought they upped their prices to $25 or something like that per book. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, I usually sign up for that middle ground membership where you get like $150 credit or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've been grading less books and then grading more cards.
I got a few months ago I got the email for $100 off the premium membership, but
the dealer accounts.
Yeah, I got lazy. I was like, ah.
I was
now I'm kind of like, oh, you know.
I figured they would do another special at some point in time again. Yeah, and I was like, kind of like, I'll just wait for.
So they're gonna have to, man, because they can't. When they got bought by Blackstone, they were expected to grow like crazy, and they did for a little bit, but it faded hard. They're in trouble. So
Right, and they have that new new compound that they have and all that. But yeah,
all right.
We got another one that I found in the variant sale, and so we have. Oh, so this is a Ryan Sook. Okay, cool. All new Wolverine number 4, 1 in 25. Okay, so this one I did the digging on the numbers, possibly around 1900 copies. That actually doesn't sound off because I see plenty of copies available. This is roughly around a $50 to $70 variant, but there are still plenty of copies available online right now. But it's a beautiful cover, gorgeous cover.
Yeah. So real quick shout out to They Call Me Bruce. He is a huge X-23 fan, and he also hooked me up with the trade of the century, which we traded an X-23 book as part of this deal. But thank you, brother, for hooking me up with this. I finally got it. I'll never forget it. Thank you so much, Bruce. You are the man.
Man, that's awesome, Ben. No, because you know, as a collector, like, you know, that book is just, people are, you know, firm on the price on that, and Ben's got to be the number one decal collector, so it's only right that he has that book. You know what I mean? It's just like the aligning the stars.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, it's funny. Like, I was about to pull the trigger on one way back when, right before Decal and Something Killing the Children both went fucking crazy, and they went out of reach real quick. And then Aaron and I came close to cutting a deal on one of his, and he got an offer for it, and I said, "Just take it, man. You know, I'll find one eventually." So
and I made sure, like, because I know we were in the middle of negotiating like a trade on it, I wanted to make sure it was clear with him.
Aaron reached out and says, "What should I do here?" I'm like, "I mean, just take the money and run." And
Aaron was playing hardball, bro.
Well, he was doing you like an NBA player.
we were actually really close to like finalizing the deal of like what we were going to trade for it and everything, and then I ended up selling it because someone sent out an offer, and I was like that's a really good offer. And then I think like a month later, like the announcement, like, oh, we are getting a Netflix show or whatever, blah blah. But back to this book, is this the first appearance of Jonathan the Badger?
Shoot.
You know, Honey Badger was number 2, wasn't it?
No, so Honey Badger is issue 2, but then like they have that pet like Wolverine, right? Named Jonathan.
Yeah.
And I remember his first appearance was like within the first like 6 issues, but I can't remember what issue. I wasn't sure if it was this one or not.
You know what? Let's see. Not that I'm seeing.
Okay. But yeah, beautiful cover, like negative space color cover too.
It almost seems like a Kill Bill homage in some way. I think there's an actual poster that is like that.
People love yellow covers, right? And people just absolutely love them. So
I could see the Kill Bill,
yeah,
like imagery to this as well, like sideways pose, like the black and yellow outfit. Okay, thanks, Tony. Number 7.
All right. What else do we have on here tonight?
Man.
Some more X-23.
That is a blast from the past. Sorry to cut you off.
No, man.
I remember.
Right, it's a Frank Cho 1 in 50 variant. A last sale going for a very respectable 300 way back in the beginning of 2020, before the world shut down for a year and a half. 75 on the census. Less than half of those are 9.8. I want to warn everybody right now, if they want to tune out, we're going to go on a little bit of a Frank Cho journey over the next several books. Somehow he worked his way into quite a few books tonight. So just prepare yourself. If Frank Cho isn't your thing, just letting you know. But yeah, a cool book, and another shout out to our friend Bruce.
I want to know which books Righteous Flipper and Cueva hit on the list so far. But I love that rising star or sun in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
I remember buying this when this first came out. This book was hot. This book
Yeah,
was
big-
smoking hot. Got rid of it at the right time too.
Well, and then a 1 in 50 though, and so late in the run as well.
Yeah,
It's
issue
pretty cool.
25s, those, people are still maybe buying those. So, I mean, this book isn't rare, but it still sells for a respectable price, and it's still cool.
All right, and we have one of our sponsors joining us. Let's welcome in
I'm not
Laura
a
from
sponsor,
Bird-
am I? Okay.
Hey,
Laura
Laura.
from Bird
A little
City.
bit.
A little bit,
guys.
right?
Hi,
Anyway.
Laura.
Hi. Hi.
How's it
hi.
going?
Good.
Oh,
Or-
should I say White Sparkle?
I think that I thought that was so funny. I told Anthony, I'm like, isn't that what you call me? And he's like, no, I've never called you that. Guess not.
It was probably after a few White Claws or something like that.
Yeah, it must have been.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just about to move on to the next book, unless you want to weigh in on this all new Wolverine, number 25, Frank Cho variant.
It's beautiful. I love most of Cho's work, so I got
All right,
nothing
you
up.
better get ready because we're covering quite a few of his books over the next
Okay.
whatever it takes us. All right, so this is X-Men number 5, X-Men Schism number 5. This is a 1 in 25. This is back in that 2011 time period where variants were just really tough to get. There are 8 of these on the census, 4 in 9.8. 4 of the copies are signature series. There is a black and white sketch variant that I don't believe is a 1 in 50. They call it, instead of a second print, an X print. So I don't know what that means. But anyways, this book, I think there might be 1 on eBay, 2 on eBay, but this is a real tough book to get hands on. I don't think a lot of people have even seen this thing. But, and there's X-23, so sort of bending over down there doing something. I don't know.
Is it a connecting cover?
Yeah, I think they.
I mean,
yeah,
the arms there.
these were connecting covers. Yes, there was.
Okay.
Oh, we might have to go down a rabbit hole of connecting covers one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a Jurvic special.
And then
Sure.
Paul Hawley is saying, "Who let Laura in the treehouse?"
Is that
Oh,
a Berenstein Bear reference? I think it is, right? Remember, no
Um,
girls allowed, Berenstein Bears?
I thought it was Little Rascals, right?
Oh, yeah, that's your. I went Berenstein Bears. Sorry.
No, it's because Lucy gave Laura a call and was like, "Hey, you need to get on the show and make sure the boys are keeping their pants on." So
Their pants on? Okay. You don't have to on my account.
Aaron does the show pantless. Every week.
I do every podcast without pants on. So
I'm showing thigh right now.
Joe's not saying anything because he's guilty. Mhm.
I didn't. Nobody said that we had to wear pants.
I always tell people you need to be the most comfortable as you are, when you're on a podcast,
Mhm.
because why not? Because you're going to be sitting there for a while sometimes. But yeah.
All right, let's keep. All right, more show. Carter, you want to talk about this one?
Yeah. Okay, so I was going through my long box or short box of Harley Quinn books, and I came across this. Now, this was a book that came out however many years ago, and this was a hot book at one point. So we have Harley Quinn and her gang of Harleys, number 5, 1 in 25 variant, Frank Cho, of course, and it's definitely a book that it's a brisk seller. Maybe it's like maybe a $20 book or something like that.
Yeah, 25 raw, roughly.
Yeah. And when I came across it, I'm like, oh, this is perfect for this show. And what I like about it is that like each girl just kind of has her own like body type, like there's no real cookie cutter bodies on this when it comes
but they all got a little bit of that Frank Cho flair, you'd have to say.
yeah.
Well, in the summertime too, so it's perfect for bikinis and fun in the sun.
All right, I kid you not. See the chick in the middle? I don't tan well, so I did this spray tan one time, and I come home and it's all, you look like an Oompa Loompa, and it looked just like the chick in the middle. I was like orange. It was bad. That's what this reminds me of. Don't spray tan, kids. It's not a good idea.
That's a good tip. So
I stay out of the sun. I'm wearing long sleeves, like one of them like Dr. Moreau hats. It's a thing.
You're at the beach, like under a blanket, barely to see your eyes.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go to the beach at night, anyways. That's when all the fun happens.
No, I stay. No. I'm too old for that kind of fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess that was like probably in my 20s and into my early 30s. I was going to beach parties in the middle of the night. All right, moving on.
Sorry.
All right, this is a much tougher to find Frank Cho. Miracle Man #2. We may have spoken about this book way back in the old days. I can't remember, but this is a 1 in 25. When you talk about that Miracle Man series, there were some amazing variants done by top artists, and everybody remembers the Hughes, obviously, but there's more in there if you take a look. But only 3 of these on the census, which I thought was bananas. 2 and 9.8. We haven't seen a 9.8 sale in a while. Last summer, 2 summers ago, 2021. But more just classic Cho. And I've got that one back here somewhere. I found this one years ago, but yeah, just a tough one that is definitely much more of a ghost.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this, and that's how it wound up on my want list, but I have yet to find it.
Yeah, it's a bear, this one. Real tough. I mean, the print runs on these Miracle Man reprints. So this Miracle Man series, it was just reprinting the original Miracle Man series. And this is #2 of like when Neil Gaiman took over. So this isn't even #2. This is like #2 of the next edition. So nobody was giving a shit at this point. The orders dropped off hard on these when they were in the sort of the teens, like 14,000, 13,000, something like that. So that's why the 1 in 25s on these are pretty tough to come by.
Hey, Joe, quick question. What's that movie where she like uncrosses her legs, like spread eagle, then crosses them back?
Fatal Attraction?
Yeah. No. It's
Basic Instinct.
Basic
Yes.
Instinct.
That's what this reminds me of. Yeah.
There's no crossing going on.
That's true. It's just the
she's
middle.
got the
Listen,
She's
it's
got
something.
the-
It's something going on.
she's got the Sharon Stone haircut going
Yeah.
on.
Doesn't it give you that vibe? That's what I thought as soon as you put this up.
Liger, go ahead and count it because I know you've been itching to get on the scoreboard.
He gets a pass. He gets a
Yeah,
pass.
like
Alright.
I know he's been trying to like write in a whatever number and out of whatever number we're at. So I know he's been itching to get on the scoreboard. So he had it. So I'll count it in my book.
Okay.
All right. Before we get canceled, to the next book.
All right.
So this book, this book goes for a respectable amount. So this was Amazing Spider-Man #3 from the 2014 series. This is the series where Silk was introduced. This was a Mile High exclusive. It was limited to 3,000. A 9.8 sold way back in 2016 for $81. Only 26 on the census, 20 and 9.8. But this, people ask a respectable amount for this book now.
They just had to ruin it with that freaking Mile High logo.
I know. Why did they do that? I mean, everything else about the book is perfect, and that logo has always sucked. I mean,
Yeah.
but I could probably still look past it. I don't have it, but I've wanted one for a while.
Is that a beaver on a mountain?
Yeah.
Beavers don't go in mountains. Well, I guess maybe. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. No more talking from me.
Well, what you should really take from it is don't put your logo on the front of the cover.
Right.
Never. Yeah, I mean, just stick it on the back if it needs to be there.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense on the back. Like on the front, like it's almost distracting.
Unless it's a metal cover, then we'll put it right in the front.
Right center, over the character's face, right?
Yeah.
I give Marvel permission to repurpose this art without that shitty logo.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it's a badass cover, but I'm not the biggest fan of Mile High. I'm banned. I can't buy anything there.
Oh, they still I've never heard of them. I don't know who
you're banned.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I don't know, but because I
remember that, like that happened when we first joined the Flipside, Joe. Like he was trying to buy. Was it?
I thought it was the Forgive Me Father 2 by the call, but they had represented. There was no picture, but they said they did. I couldn't buy it. Dino went and bought it, sent it to me. It was the wrong book, but every time I try to place an order, they cancel my order, even if it's on eBay. No matter where I try, they cancel my order.
Damn.
Yeah, and then eventually you just got blocked on eBay, right?
Yeah, on eBay. I just said just seller doesn't allow you to purchase from them.
No.
What a punk move! I can't stand that. That's a punk move.
I think it was because I bought a bunch of books that spiked like crazy shortly thereafter, and they were pissed off about it. And I think that's the only thing.
Why? That's a good thing for a retailer. You want your shit to spike afterwards.
Well, they're also known as like the Mile High Museum as well because of their Mile High prices.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, because they're like they got big in like the 80s for buying like a 1 million book collection or something like that. And then
so the Mile High 2 collection he bought from a child pornographer, and the first collection that he got, he practically stole it from a family that didn't know what to do with their books and didn't have any idea. So
and then and if you look in old books from like the Copper Bronze Age, you'll see their advertisements in there where they list out a bunch of books that they have for sale, and you just do you mail away for it.
Yeah, they were advertising in Marvel way back issues. So
okay.
Anyways, cool book, ruined by terribly misplaced logo.
Yeah, stupid. Can you imagine they missed a key book by an issue but can you imagine if it's number 4 and they have the stupid fucking logo on there?
But I mean, like it wouldn't hold a candle to like the J. Scott Campbell covers at all. Like
nope.
It wouldn't even like I wouldn't even think it would hit close to those price ranges either.
Nope. But still, the book is solid though. But you take that stupid Mile High logo, man, just ruins it.
Be careful what you say, Jerry. You're gonna have banned too, so just be careful.
No, man, I've never ordered a single book from Mile High, believe it or not. Never have.
Bans you? It's like
because I saw a YouTube video where a couple was making the trek through all these comic shops. And it was on their list, so they go to Mile High, and there's a New Mutants 9/8 Raw, and they have it for $3,000, and they're asking, what's his face, what's the fucking old man's name? God, Chuck
Rosansky.
Chuck Rosansky. Okay, the cross dresser or whatever, but he goes, you're here for the Mile High museum, so it's like a museum, so you're going to see museum pricing, like the audacity, dude. Like you're just a big old Walmart with comic books in it, and like you pick and choose who you want to sell to. That doesn't, and then you just the pricing that you're all about the collector. So why are you going to sell something 10 times the value of a doesn't make any sense. It's it's bullshit.
Yeah,
You know what? I realized that logo on the front of the book has officially done its job. We're talking we're talking ad nauseum about my Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Next one.
All right.
We talk about back issue magazine quite a lot here, and since we're on a Frank Cho kick right now, here's his cover. So not a lot of sales information here, but this
Good
is
luck searching this on the internet too, right? Back
What's
issue.
Yeah,
just another classic Frank Cho.
I have this book.
I don't think it goes for a whole heck of a lot, but it's cool.
Okay, so I'm checking the eBay archive site, and it's like the last sale was 2020 for $40.
Yeah, it's respectable.
Yeah, very.
Nice. Yeah. Ooh, and then Rob is saying there's an Italian edition for this cover.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. I think this might be the end of the show. Carter, did you ask me to put this one on? I think you asked me.
No, that's not mine.
That's not yours. I forget who asked me to put this on. Somebody asked me to put this on. I did this before I went on vacation.
Stein?
Maybe Ninth Wonder.
I don't think it was Stein.
I'm going to guess Ninth.
Maybe it was Ninth. Anyways, just a cool Wonder Woman show cover, relatively recent. A good looking book.
Yeah.
Cover B,
All right.
75th anniversary. All right.
This is Stein's book. He, if you haven't been paying attention, Stein has challenged me to a duel about ghost books, and he's not allowed on the show until we finish the battle. But,
it's been hilarious to watch. Like I get on my Instagram every day, like who's battling who now. You guys are hilarious.
But this was the book that he opened with, Wonder Woman number 11, America Andolfo Italian edition. Shout out Ben Stein. He said this is the ghost book that he started with. I don't know a whole heck a lot about this book. I'd love to find one, but I don't think there's much risk in that.
Yeah, if only I could read Italian,
Then you'd buy it?
Yeah, because I need to be able to understand my books from America, because I'm an American.
But what if it came with a free pizza? Would that change your mind? Ooh, limited to 250 is what Rob was thinking.
All right.
Oh, that's a ghost. That's definitely. What did you counter with, Ben?
I countered with
the call.
Chronicles of Pharaoh number 4 by Jeff DeCall.
Oh, right, and he called you a fanboy, right?
He said, "Of course you have that, but let's go something a little bit more mainstream." And then he came through with
Alex Ross.
Red Sonja, and I said, "Well, is that really mainstream?" And then I came back with
You say Red Sonja, it's Sonia.
And
He's from Boston, man.
With a Black
Sonia,
Widow,
Sonia.
Avengers solo. So, and then I don't know where we are in the battle, but
well, you inspired Josh and I to start battling, so I challenged him because he's starting to get into the card realm. So yeah,
start a trend.
Yeah. So hopefully it becomes a collector's trend. So challenge your friends. So hashtag collector's challenge.
Your friends.
Yeah. Or tag one of us, whatever. Or challenge one of us. Doesn't matter.
Let's keep the show rolling. All right, I just threw this on here because there's a bunch of Luna Snow books selling. Inhuck Lee did the cover A in the Virgin, the 1/100 Virgin. There's a 1 in 25 by Cho, but not Frank Cho. I forget which Cho. That's been heating up. And then I saw this one. I'm like, what the hell is this? Was this a ratio? But this was a cover D open order. And anyways, I'd never seen it before, but given the heat around Luna Snow, I was like, oh, this is a fun looking book. So I just put it out there. A lot of these stores aren't necessarily ordering heavy on open order books that far down the list. And so, yeah, I just never seen it before. But if this character does become a thing, and there's been some talk, which I think most of it is kind of bullshit rumors, but who knows? People may be on the lookout for this kind of stuff. This is the stuff you should be able to find in dollar bins.
Well, especially with like a lot of people like excited about, I guess, Asian characters starting to appear in like MCU.
Yeah, I mean, if they should do like an Agents of Atlas or anything, I mean, I think it would be a massive hit.
Yeah.
But who was there was some singer from a
oh, it was like from a K-pop group, right?
Yeah, like Blackpink or Pink Black or something like that, I think it was called. And she was a big star. I don't know who it is, but she was a big star, and it set the world afire for all Luna Snow stuff. So
we just talked about this on Cover Price, and I already forgot. The whole K-pop discussion. Carter, you seem like a K-pop kind of guy. No?
He's like, that's what I'm listening to right now.
Actually, yeah, it's in my headphones right now.
That's what I was assuming.
I like the choreography.
Okay. What, Joe? That's they do all kind of move at the same pace. It's interesting. It's like synchronized swimming.
Yeah, I watched someone like an Instagram short of someone like breaking down K-pop for me, and then I was like, kind of like, okay, I can kind of understand now. Like, the youngest person is like the center focus, and then they always have the most craziest outfits or something like that as well.
Okay.
I don't know much more past that.
Sure you don't.
Have you seen my band's video? Yeah. That can tell you how much K-pop I listen to.
Yeah.
I'm watching New Jeans right now.
All right. Mars Attack, Red Sonja, #1. This is an Arthur Sidem cover C. I was at a con last week, and I spent some time talking with him. I know he's a controversial figure, but he couldn't be nicer, just talking about the stuff he's working on. And this is an homage to, what is that old movie, Forbidden Planet, that I thought was really cool. This whole retro space vibe seems to be sort of, having a bit of a rebirth. And I just thought this was fun.
Controversial? Why? Sorry, I don't know the backstory here. Why is he controversial?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the whole story about it. I think it had something to do with him being kind of piggish at cons, like just taking up more space than he was supposed to, spreading all of the stuff around. And
oh, you mean his behavior at cons versus his, like, what he got called out for also?
Yeah. What did he get called out for?
What are you talking about?
So
Brian.
Sudam, he got he stole a picture from a Instagram cosplayer doing the Killing Joke, and then
I think I heard about this. Okay,
yeah, and then he photoshopped the picture, and it's like basically the exact same same poses and everything. So it exposed him as being someone that like traces for Photoshop to create their covers and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, if you see Brian's commission that he waited, I don't know if it was a year or years.
Yeah, it was like this big. I mean, he was telling me about it was like the size of a postage stamp or something.
Yeah, it's not very good looking.
I mean,
yeah,
that's the same thing as Haberlin here, right? He got skewered for this book because there was an Instagram photo that he effectively just.
I forgot to even mention this at the beginning. Make sure you're participating in chat because we are giving away a set of Void Rival books from Big Clutch. He just mailed them to me and then I was like, oh, I'll just give it away on the show that I'm on. So just participate in chat, and you're automatically entered, and then we will draw it before the end of the night.
Hey,
And
that
then-
guy that won the book from me last week, he hadn't even hit me up in the on IG, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I still need to nail out the book.
I don't remember that person's name. That
I'll,
was supposed.
I'll have to watch the rewind and I'll text it to you.
Okay. Yes. So we'll announce that winner again. But I guess do you want to give it an expiration date of when?
By next week, dude. Like,
Okay. Yeah. Remo says, "I'll take it."
I do
But
like
anyway.
these space covers though. I think this is a good pick. There's something so nostalgic about it, and seeing them kind of pop back up is kind of neat.
I have met Arthur Sudan. He's a nice guy and everything. Like I had him. He signed some prints for me, and when he put it inside of the top loader, the autograph actually like smeared. Like where
It's so
like
funny.
yeah, and then so he signed it again for me, and then
Oh, that's nice. See?
and then add a little like skull remark on it. So
You know what's funny? You say that, Aaron. He went. So I got this book when I met him. I got this one from him, and he signed it. And he was like paranoid about putting it in the bag too soon. He's like, "Let's just hang out and talk. I don't want it to smudge."
You remembered Aaron?
Like we were
yeah, or I
he
mean,
was like, "Let's give it 3 minutes," and then it's like, okay. And he's like, "You know what? It's not ready yet. Let's just give it some more time." Like he was like, would not. Put it
but I
in
mean,
that
like he's a good conversationalist too. Like when you talk to him and everything, like he's been around the industry forever. Like he's done all those iconic Marvel zombie covers. So
Yeah, he was perfectly friendly.
Yeah.
Perfectly friendly. But all right. This was you, Carter, right? Oh, you know what? This
Yeah.
was you, but also shout out to Danger Room Comics, who had also mentioned this book to me as well as you, Carter. So Danger Room.
Honestly, there's not a lot I know about this because I don't have it. It's like I came across this book because someone else had picked it up, and I kind of just looked over. I'm like, oh, that's cool looking. So there's not a lot that I know about it. So
It's a very early Adam Hughes cover from '89, so really early Adam.
okay.
nice.
Which is the big get here.
I would never have guessed this. Adam Hughes. I wouldn't go, oh, that's Adam Hughes.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I was looking like, is his signature there anywhere to be seen? But
Is it?
I couldn't find it.
You don't think that Betty gives off Adam Hughes vibes right away?
The Betty does, yeah.
Maybe the Betty, but I'm looking at the red chick. I feel like you guys are like purposely bullying me about my tanning mishap with these covers. I spray tanned once and it didn't turn out well, and this is what we got.
Making that shit personal.
It is
There's a
personal. This feels
theme.
personal.
So is this what happens when you don't wear a spray tan? You end up turning red like a lobster?
Actually, yeah, I burn really bad. And Anthony's like, "Oh, Laura, look at my golden tan." I'm like, "Fuck you."
You know, it's amazing when you see old covers, especially 1989, Adam Hughes and what he's become, and as many as bangers as this artist has. Just like it's almost like seeing their rookie cards, and it's just
Evolution, Joe. It's an evolution of talent.
Mhm. Great word. Yes, evolution.
These are out there. You can find them. 12 on the census, 5 and 9.8. So not an easy 9.8. But yeah, for the Adam Hughes completionists, go at it.
Yeah, good luck.
No,
Yeah.
now we gotta find out what the first AH is. That you used.
That's a good trivia question right there. I wonder what now that's gonna have me thinking.
Yeah.
You got to go down that rabbit hole of
Whoa,
finding
no.
early Adam Hughes covers.
It's almost like Campbell. Campbell like signed Jeff Scott, Jeffrey Scott.
Yeah.
The J came later on. It's almost the same thing. They changed their autographs.
Look at
Well-
Remo staring at the glasses. That's
Didn't
the same thing, though.
DeCall have a different autograph when he first started? Jeff DeCall?
Well, his very first one, it was like it was just on the label of the guy's shirt, his name. It was just like it was part of the art.
Do you own it?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, I was
Of course
also
he does.
thinking.
Of course he
Greg-
does.
I was thinking of Greg Horn also with how his signatures evolved over the years. Clayton Crane books as well.
So this is his
That's the first call ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
it's the Punisher,
you see on his pocket there?
Yeah.
He just wrote to call.
That is
I like
cool.
that. I like the idea of
It
hiding.
looks like what's his name from the Punisher, man?
John Berthenol.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we did get confirmation from Creature Entertainment that was DeCall's first cover. I had reached out to DeCall a long time ago, asked him if what his first work was, and he couldn't remember. He was like, it's either TS 101 or Forgive Me, Father. And then I was on a panel with Creature Entertainment.
Did you message Jeff back and be like, actually, no, it's not?
I didn't message him back.
How these artists can't remember. I've asked so many artists what their first comic, and I would say the majority of them can't remember.
Yeah, makes sense.
I just it's just work, I guess. But
well, and then they probably don't know what order that it's being published in.
Yeah.
Either they just complete the work and then turn it in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Speaking of Jeff DeCall, so this is Deadly Class 47. I don't think we've ever actually talked about this book before, but I would want to point out a couple of things. One, I think this is exceptional work by him. One of my favorites. Real quick, Cueva, thanks, brother, for the super chat. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate you. Thanks so much, man, for being a great member of the community.
Thank you.
Means a lot, man. Thank you.
Thanks.
So these are cover Bs, right? This came out before Jeff really started to pop in the community, I would say. So I would say these are worth grabbing when you see them. There's 16 on the census, 10 of them are signed. There were 7,200 copies of this book ordered, but most of the retailers that order Deadly Class aren't ordering a ton of the cover Bs. You never see them there. So, this book's starting to creep up. I don't think there's a copy on eBay for less than $15 now. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think this is a really good piece of work by him that I think it will just, they'll disappear over time, given that there's probably not that many of them out there.
And it's probably because I keep on buying them. So
Aaron keeps buying them, doesn't leave anybody for anybody else.
Yeah, I think what I pre-ordered this book when it first came out, because Ann and I were still doing Food Chain, and I was like, I love this cover, and then I ended up buying easily 5 to 10, somewhere around there, and they all left the house except for a copy, and then since then I found at least 3 or 4 now at this point.
Yeah,
just out in the wild, so I do not pay eBay prices for this book. I found it in back issues for $4. I think I've even found 1.5 price books for $2.
That's where I found mine.
Yeah, so so it's a good book to go out there and hunt because
but I've always said this, Aaron, it's like the book looks expensive.
Yeah.
Right. It just, you pick up a book, if if you've been collecting for a while and you pull this book out, it may not be a key, but that art tells you it's important, and the importance of that is it's probably one of the best artists in the industry today. It's amazing. It's an amazing cover.
I just loved it because of the tiger on the sleeve with the cherry blossoms all over it as well with the stripes.
I just like badass girls with samurai swords. That's really it for me. So
you take Deadly Class off of there and you put X-Men on there. What do you think that book sells for, man?
Because then it looks like a Psylocke cover then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Deadly Class was so good too. That's a good read.
Amazing.
And
that show should get another shot. The original one was good. and it just didn't survive. But
The viewership was awful. Nobody watched it.
Yep. James Crowder knows what's up. Deadly Class 51B is another good one for a decal cover.
That one feels like people were on a little bit more than this one. Just like that, he had started to pop at that point, and people were all over, which is a beautiful book in its own right, and by no means heavily ordered. But I feel like people were on that one a little bit more than this one.
Yeah, and I think the 51 goes for about that same price range, like the $10 to $15 price point.
It's a good looking book. I mean, it also exceptionally well done.
You know, I was going to say real quick, like after DeCall draws this sketch, do you think he looks at it and goes, "Fuck yeah"?
Well, I mean,
right?
Exactly that.
It does look like it's commission pieces, you know. So
I mean, the sketch, you can see the sketch art was for sale. It's out. You can see pictures. It's out there.
He's flexing.
Okay, now you're showing off, Aaron.
You got to, right?
You got a sketch, right, Ben?
Yeah, Black Cat.
Yeah, so I mean, it has that element to it, like with what he's doing with the backgrounds and everything, and then
I may have seen it once. He may have shown it on a show, but I can't remember what it looked like.
Oh, I thought he was gonna grab it.
Yeah, I thought you were getting it, Ben.
You turned around like you had it.
Come on, let's see it. Cut it out.
Oh my god, we're all like waiting.
Oh my god,
that's beautiful.
Very subtle.
Wow. Did you start crying when he gave it to you?
I think that framed, Ben. Put that in a frame.
I've been meaning to. I've got one. I've got to hang it up.
Well, yeah, I think that's why I was also flexing, because I like finally took it out of the top loader that I put it in, and I put it in a frame.
Good for you.
So I just need to hang it somewhere now.
The day Ben gets the call on this show will be epic.
I've asked him. He's like, I'm so busy, man. Like, so
I've been asking him. I'm like, dude, do an exclusive for me. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm gonna keep asking until he just blocks me completely.
Yeah. I mean, it's persistence, you know. Like, don't ever stop asking. You never know, Laura.
Or it's just fucking annoying, and he'll block me. Like,
no,
stop this girl from that. Yeah,
he's a professional. I'm sure.
And he's always very nice. It's always like, no, thank you. No, that I can't. No, pass. He's always very polite.
No.
Yeah, I just think. I mean, he doesn't crank out like the volume of work of other people. I just think that I think he's booked up for a while. I mean, based on when I talked to him, I think he just has like enough to keep him busy. So, but you know, you might get your window at some point.
What's this one?
So these are. So this is Dan Mendoza who does this, but you know, I came across these. If you just go to the next one real quick, they did a number of games with different video games that she's playing. So that one's Pac-Man. Wow. If you go back to the other one, it's Street Fighter. There's a couple of other ones in there.
That's really
all I'm saying is that, you know, this is an exceptionally. These books are very short printed in that there were 12 different covers. There were 3,200 copies ordered over the 12 different covers. These video game ones aren't even the A or B. These are like C and D and E.
Is there a Donkey Kong?
No, there's two others on there. I forget what they are. And then the typical Action Lab stuff. They probably do some without her top on or something. But the video game ones like these are in, you know, in this, you know, she's drinking out of the throwaway cup and everything, which people like. But yeah, these are just exceptionally tough to find because they weren't heavily ordered and there were so many of them, and people just collecting video game related stuff. They just are gobbling it up. So yeah, when I saw this, I don't have it. I was like, oh, this is fun, and so I just threw it out there.
Rob, yes, you do need it for your Street Fighter collection. So just saying.
He's all, damn you, long short.
And then you can wave it in front of Comics Main and be like, do you have this in your Street Fighter collection?
Starting another battle.
Always, right?
I like the Pac-Man one better though.
Yeah, that was the one that caught my eye originally, the Pac-Man one.
Cute, yeah.
And then I forget what else. There's a couple of other ones. Was it Mortal Kombat and like, I don't know, like a car racing game or something? I forget. There's a few other different ones, but
that's so cool.
The obscure shit that I look for when I go digging and almost never find. All right. This was Rob's suggestion. So this is Radioactive Spider-Gwen #1. This is a Mark Brooks exclusive variant. I don't know what this was limited to. I've never really been able to pinpoint it. I know Dynamic Forces had a number of these books for sale, some signed with, and I think they also had a black and white one or a sketch version of this. But exceptionally beautiful Mark Brooks work. Obviously, Gwen is hot right now with the Miles movie. She was featured heavily in. This book doesn't really go for as much as I would think. $100 in 9.8 at the end of 2021, 119 on the census, 98 and 9.8, and then a pile of signature series. Most of these have been signed, which I thought which kind of surprised me.
Oh, real quick, I'm checking eBay, and someone just bought a Deadly Class #47 for $20.
Nobody watching this show, obviously, right? Because we've got strict rules if you're going to be watching this show. So.
Well, thank you for buying from my eBay. So no, I'm just
I mean, like, that's not a bad buy for $20. It's not, and we're not telling you to go buy it. But if you bought it, I don't think $20 is out of range for that book. Honestly, that's a fair price.
Yeah, I mean they're disappearing from eBay. That book, I'm telling you, I go look for it all the time. So, anyways, this is Rob's beautiful Spider-Gwen book. I've got this book tucked away somewhere. I don't remember where I got it, but I've got one.
I like it, but just not the face.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it looks a lot like Greg Land work. You know what I mean? But with the Mark Brooks trade. Kind of like.
I love Mark Brooks too. I think the face could have just maybe a different expression would have worked better. I don't know. This one, but you collect what you love, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I went digging, I found it, I'd scoop it up, right? I'm probably poo-pooing it because I don't have it.
Yeah, I have a lot of Gwen books, and I don't have this one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll send it to you, Aaron. If I find mine, if you need it for your stack, I will send it to you when I dig mine out. But
yeah, I think I have something to send to you too, as well. So
you notice how me and Aaron said we both didn't have it, and Longshore goes, "Yeah, Aaron, I got one coming to you."
I did notice that, Joe. I don't know.
No, but, Joe, I saved the Campbell stuff for you, man.
Yeah. See, he knows your niche. So.
Oh yeah, that's a big niche right there. That's my boy. Hopefully, we got a Campbell book on here, long short.
Oh,
I took them off.
Someone challenged you, Laura.
I had a real ghost. I saved
ugly.
it
It's just a weird expression. I don't know what he was going for here with her mouth. I think is what's bugging me. It's like I don't know.
I gotta take a shit.
Because it's like a weird half smirk kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
She kind
have a different expression.
She kind of has a white trash look.
I didn't say it, Laura Brooklyn. You gotta go Carter on that one.
I'm just saying.
Like you're saying, hating on another blonde.
And like the massive back muscles. I don't know. This one doesn't do it for me. But again, that's the beauty of the hobby. You collect what you like, and you collect what speaks to you. Yeah. This one,
Yeah. Well, it could be in that weird like down phase period for Brooks too, because he has peaks and valleys.
Mm-hmm. This is more like
this is you.
Oh yeah.
Oof,
okay.
Yes.
So I came across this in a dollar sale a few months ago, and this is Terry Moore, Hot Girls, Cold Feet. This is a just an art book. And what's interesting about this, it goes for about, the last sale that I saw was roughly for about $30.
So what I found when I was looking into this one, what I found interesting about this book is that, a lot of these are sold at cons, right? This was ordered through Diamond. So you could order this through the Diamond, catalog, which I figured this would just be like something he sold at cons, and there's a couple of different versions of it. Like there's a in that open blue space above her her elbow.
Mhm.
There's some where there's stamps in there for like different cons that he had this available for. So
okay.
I tried to find it before the show to show you guys what was in it, but I can't. I seem to have misplaced it. But this book is relatively tough to find.
And then, especially with like sketchbooks gaining in popularity too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we are big fans of them here.
Oh my god!
Seriously,
this book. Oh my god!
So this is Gwen Stacy #2 by Ji-Hung Lee. This was a convention exclusive for a convention that never happened. This was supposed to be C2E2, I think, which got shut down because of COVID. So this was right when they started canceling everything. So this book was sold online. I think it's a really stunning piece of work from Ji-Hung Lee. One of his best, if I dare say so. But I don't know what this was limited to. I've heard somewhere between 600 and 1,000. Something in that range, but it doesn't go for crazy money. But it is a good looking book. Last night it went for $156 just this month. 380 on the census. Almost all of those are in 9.8. But just a good looking comic book.
but you think of the other one, don't you? When you first see this, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm thinking of the headphones and.
Yes, but he did that on purpose, I think, just to be really inspired by that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the headphones will always be the GOAT from him.
Yeah.
Without question, the vibe of that. But this harkens back to that without ripping it off directly.
And for 156 for a 9.8, I mean, that's much more attainable for most of us.
Yeah, I mean that's the other one. I mean, it's a $2,000 book now, so
Yeah.
still it's sort of held in there even after everything's corrected. So.
Freddie is saying C2E2 wasn't canceled in 2020. I do remember this book coming out.
What was the con? It wasn't C2E2. It was. I want to say it was in the Midwest, or maybe I was. I remember I was on a plane when I bought this damn thing.
What was it? Would have been like Emerald City Comic Con or something like that, or maybe even like some con overseas or something.
Hold on, I've got the damn book right here. Let me check it out.
He's gonna find out all of this.
Well, because I remember when this book released that there was two different versions, or this is the third version. There was a trade with the mask on, a virgin with the mask on, and then this one without the mask.
It's clever.
So it's all three are in the same pose, like the exact same pose. So the only way you can tell which one's which is with or without the mask on.
Yeah, all I'm seeing are the ones with the mask on.
Yeah,
Right.
the one there was I don't know what I did with. I don't know where mine is right now.
I have an idea of where mine is, but I don't want to go pull it because it might take a while to go
Post
find
it
it.
later. You can show it later.
No, I think this
He's
is
a nice guy too. He's a really nice guy. He showed up during one of our Nearing Nerdvana shows, and he's just so chill.
Yeah,
Nice.
it doesn't say.
Very humble.
It was a joint book by Golden Apple and that other.
Frankie's.
I don't say their name, but yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not fans of them, but
I mean, are they still even a store?
I mean, they went
I know.
belly up. I think they
I'm
were
just
trying to
joking.
reorg, but
Yeah.
anyways, it was a con. I thought it was in Chicago. Maybe I'm making that up. But anyways, yeah, just a good looking book.
No. Yeah, but I definitely do remember buying this online. But I bought it directly from Ji-Hung Lee. Or I know I'm not pronouncing the name right. How do you pronounce it, Laura?
That was right. Ji-Hung Lee.
Oh, okay.
I bought it from him directly.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm realizing Mark Brooks, his version, she looks methed out.
Ah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the trailer park comment still stands then.
Yeah.
So
It all comes back. It comes full circle.
I gotta get the one with the headphones, man. It's just
One
I
of
don't know.
these
I don't know
days.
what I'm waiting on. I just fucking buy it.
That was
It's
my greatest eBay snipe of all time. I got it
Yeah.
for $200 on eBay
Mm.
with another book, raw.
And mine
Ugh.
is staying in my collection forever, just to give you a heads up. So,
All right, I won't ask you, Aaron. God.
All right. Do we have anything else on the show tonight?
I think that's yeah. So make sure you're tuning in tomorrow night for the flagship show of Nearing Nirvana. Laura, do you know what the topic's going to be?
I'm actually not going to be there. I'm headed off to Universal Studios. So I'll be in Mario Land. But the girls are holding down the fort. They're doing like our regular stuff. You know, we're gonna do news. Okay.
It's going to be a last minute thing for me. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, but I'll send in my
You
new
better
stuff.
message Lucy, like Ace.
Yeah. I'll send Lucy my stuff. I was prepared
Okay.
last week.
You were. You did great. Yeah, good
Nice.
stuff.
And then on Saturday we have Saturday morning toy box, but you also want to make sure you're liking and subscribing to the channel, because I know Team Nerd Herd will drop random content on different days. Sometimes it's Saturday night, sometimes it's on Sunday. So hit those notification bells so you don't miss any of that. Then on Monday we're back with Team Nerd Herd with Cover Lovers. Tuesday is one of the shows that got the whole channel started, Comic Women. And then Wednesday, we need to update this graphic because they have renamed the show to, I believe, a new comic news show. Sorry if I'm butchering the name.
No, that's close enough. You're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
And then you're back here with us on Thursdays.
It's a solid week, right?
Full week of content. And then thank you again to our sponsors. Make sure you're signing up for Cover Price. You use the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. I know DeVoe has made a lot of changes, and then I believe he made all those announcements on the last Nearing Nirvana show this past
Yeah.
Friday, right?
They have some crazy development going on over there. Really proud of what that team's doing. Bird City Comics, we are dropping World Tree number 4 by PJ tomorrow, so tune in for that.
Nice.
Shout out Matt DeVoe, because like
Yeah.
I made a joke because we were speculating on who did. I think it was an artist, and he said it, and he goes, "But I could be wrong." And I was like, "I doubt that, man." So whenever somebody says I could be wrong, they're right.
It was funny. We were talking on Cover Price. They're like, there's a Spider-Man book that's been homaged so many times, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so bad time to mention that we actually have a World Tree that's homaging this. And they all just started laughing. It's done well, though. I think that he did a really good job and the coloring's on point. So, and this title, if you guys aren't following the World Tree buzz, it's been insane.
It's great. I love it. It's really...
Man, it looks like pink, man. It's
Kind of
cool
does,
shit.
huh?
It's
I can
cool
see
shit.
that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good.
I dig it, man.
She's a badass character. I dig it.
Yeah, and PJ's amazing. He's like, I'm officially, I don't know, awesome because he did the homage to Todd. So, yeah, this launches tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Did not know
Wait,
that.
if you're signed up for those text lines, you won't miss those drops. So
Yeah, you'll get an alert if you guys sign up for the text line. And yes, all the responses go directly back to either Anthony's cell or mine.
No, I
FYI.
was telling Aaron, I like the Bird City app. Do you guys still have a lot of heat on your app? Like
Thank
there's
you.
some scoopage there, like there's some good stuff to pick up.
But we hold back for damages and we don't say anything after we count everything. We just put it back on the site. So make sure you're following.
all right, so hopefully you were participating in chat
Oh, yeah.
because we will be giving away this Void Rival set from Big Clutch. So this is the Maria Wolf. You'll get the trade and the Virgin. I believe the Virgin's limited to 500. So make sure you're tagging Nearing Nirvana and Big Clutch as a big thank you for receiving this. So we'll see who is the winner. Good luck, everyone. Mark De Mulis. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Yay!
Congrats.
Mark.
Congrats.
Nice
I am
job.
going to take a screenshot of that so I don't forget. So message me on IG. Boom. All right. And then does anyone have any other podcasts coming up or anything you'd like to promote?
Tune into Instagram to see me and Stein go
Oh,
blow for blow.
Yep.
We'll find out who the last man standing is.
Are you doing it daily or multiple times a day?
I just
or-
I listen. He throws a jab at me, I throw one back. That's all, man. It's just
Yeah, because the first one was thrown like right after an episode, wasn't it?
no, he threw it. It was I wasn't home, so I couldn't retaliate immediately. It was a couple.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think
right.
I think it was last week after we did our buried treasure episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I saw that
Insanely entertaining. It's like Instagram crack. I just can't stop watching you guys.
It's great.
It's funny. So yeah, even Josh and I jumped on that bandwagon. So I'm waiting to see what he responds to me with.
Paul, I will mail out your book, Paul Holloway. You won this last week from our friends at the Hall of Comics. This is going your way. So
Okay, Mark, I am going to type in my email address into the chat. So just send me an email then.
I need to get back to Houston because like the places Aaron took me, like there's good shit up there, man.
And we only scratched the surface. We only went to like one of the biggest shops,
dude.
and then like we didn't even go to all the obscure places. So yeah. So you
I just-
definitely
You know, Bedrock was beautiful,
Mhm.
but I hate shops like that. I like shops where they're not organized, and man, that's where you find all the shit.
Yeah, man.
You go to a shop where they're organized. They're
I can
organized for a reason, bro. Like
can-
they've already picked it clean.
I can take you to a shop where they're not they're in alphabetical order somewhat, but then they don't use boards. Like they put books in bags, but they don't use boards.
That's okay. I press books, baby.
Yeah, and then like it's mediocre priced, but there's another shop that's just as big as Bedrock, and like I like digging through there as well periodically.
Yeah, I might go to San Antonio this weekend. So
Oh, you live in Canada. Don't worry about the Canadian thing. That's what super chats are for. So I'll still mail you the books. So yeah, but if you want me to redraw, let me know as well because I still have the screen up. So let us know, Mark.
Come on,
you know,
Mark.
I'm waiting for somebody to say, "Hey, I don't give you guys a super chat to take care of shipping for somebody else."
Yeah, so if you're declining the books, let us know, and then I'll draw the books again for someone else. But it's up to you, Mark.
If Mark don't want it, dude, I'll take those 2 books.
I don't
I'm-
care.
I'm-
He's taking it. He's
Okay.
taking it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So just email it to me. Email me your address, and we'll mail it out to you. Because Canada's not too expensive. It's not like I have to mail it to Singapore. So.
Yee, thank you for having me on tonight. I appreciate it. I always
Oh,
feel kind of guilty when I
yeah,
bomb these
thank you for
shows, and
joining.
Thank you for
Thank you for
having
joining.
me.
It's a
Man,
blast every time, Mark.
whatever.
Oh,
Like,
he wants to redraw. Okay, he does want to
I
redraw.
thought it was a little bit vague when he said okay, like okay to what? Because we had
Yeah. All right. So we're drawing again. This is for the Void Rivals Maria Wolf trade and Virgin set. So thank you again, Big Clutch.
If he wins again, he's got to keep him. I mean, it's a
I
sign.
agree. I agree.
Right. All right. Kyron Marsh. Congrats.
I think it's Karayan Marsh.
Ryan.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
he's
Ryan.
crying. He's crying.
Brian
Mark.
Mark.
Thank you,
got
Ferd, for the $1.99 super chat. I am going to the game this Saturday, and I'm not cheering for for Seattle. So go Astros.
Thanks for brother.
Yeah.
Let us know anytime you want to be on the show, man.
Yep. Yeah. Open invite. So.
Hey, for Bird.
All right. K Ryan or Cryan Marsh. Hit me up on IG. If not, my email address is in the chat now, so feel free to email email me. It's a bot. Draw again. Alrighty.
It is a bot.
I have no idea. They had to participate in chat at some point in
Oh
time.
yeah, okay, all right.
To get in there. So all you had to do was write something. So they obviously had to write something. All right. Y'all have a great and safe weekend.
Yeah,
we'll
man.
catch you again next week. So it's time for us to go to sleep. And then, yep.
I'm out.
Later.
Peace.